Well, there's Karen. It can be 3 o'clock now.
Stop it. Don't do me like that. And I was trying to run from all the way across town.
You made it.
Huh?
You made it.
I know it. I know it. I was
How are
running
you?
across town.
Good to see you.
Listen, when I get out of school, my principal was trying to be funny. He said, you can't leave till 3:40.
Uh-oh.
Hey, how are you, sweetie?
That would have messed up housekeeping, I'm sure.
Huh? I was trying to get here.
So it's not, okay, he told you, so let's get on it.
And so, you know, I'm at Howard High School, which is really two minutes away from Monroe County.
Contract, you also need to put a walkway, you know,
All
around.
these notices from my ring camera.
Thank you, I'm just gonna bring it up, so.
It's not, so these are the pens we should have had when we went to the conference.
Yeah, they said they didn't come in until just now.
We should have had.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they said, they were supposed to happen.
Because we were trading.
But we didn't have them.
We were trading.
3 o'clock.
Oh, okay, my yard man's at my store.
We call this, meeting to order.
Right.
3 o'clock.
Well, the minutes from prior ones, those are the ones that are going to be approved today. And so they'll be available.
Okay, so what is
We're going to call this meeting to order of the pre-certification meeting, March 20th, 3 p.m. Need a look at the 3 minutes of the 3 dates that have not been approved.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve the minutes
In mass or individual?
for the special call meeting for February 12th, the regular board meeting of the 20th, and the special call meeting of March 11th, please.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Is there any correction or additions or discussions on these minutes? We're going to vote on them in mass. None heard. All in favor of the motion to approve these minutes in mass, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign? None heard. Motion is carried. All 3 have been approved in mass. Public comments, limit to 2 minutes each. Anyone from, who would like to say anything?
Ma'am? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm recovering from the walk-in as usual. I do have leukemia, and I am doing well, thanks to a lot of you who prayed for me, but I don't do well coming all the way from the parking lot in here. And that just brings to mind one of those things that I would like to keep on your radar, and that is the disability, the disabled in the community, and others who might not look disabled, but who indeed have some challenges. And so I wanted to make sure, I know that you're gonna discuss that. You've been working on that. And we citizens do appreciate it, and us newly handicapped do appreciate that as well. The other thing that's been brought to my attention quite forcefully, because people are mad about it, is that they're not being allowed to vote where they go to vote. And there's no provisional that's being offered to them. And I brought it to your attention and even brought at the last meeting the paperwork from my voter page for a lady who was not allowed to vote back in the Senate race. There are a number of others I've heard from who have said they were not allowed to vote just earlier this week. So I don't know. I know we keep coming and we ask you over and over, but really, if y'all have not gotten serious, you gotta get serious about it, because a person's right to vote is theirs. It is the ultimate kind of right and privilege that people take very seriously, and they take it out on some of us that they know have been speaking out on this for a while. So I would just please encourage you to do all you can. Put your stamp of approval on what's right and where every citizen should be. So I'm asking you to do that. Senator Lucas sends his, you know where he is. He's up there doing some stuff. But he feels the same way and wanted me to say to you, y'all please get folks in the right places so that they feel confidence in what you do.
Anyone else? Okay, we'll move on to the next order of business. Pre-certification of March 17th special election. Tom, do you want to speak to that?
Out of roughly 12,000 active and inactive voters, we had 1,059 cast a ballot. I wish that second number was closer to the first number.
5.5%.
Do we need a vote on that separately?
Yeah, the-
I think we voted on pre-certification.
Pre-certification?
Just-
Then we need to move forward on the next one.
So we do not have any outstanding provisional ballots or other things remaining to be counted.
No, everything that can be counted has been counted.
Okay, then there's nothing for us to do there. The certification of the March 17th, 2026 special election,
Takes a motion.
need a second.
Make a motion, we certify the March 17th, 2026 special election.
I need in a second.
Second.
Have a motion and a second, in the discussion. Any questions or comments be made about that? None heard. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign? None heard. Motion is carried. Certification of March 17th, 2026 special election is approved. The approval of the permanent move of Godfrey 5 from Fall Line Church at 2254 Rocky Creek Road to Bloomfield Gilead Recreation Center at 1931 Rocky Creek Road. Do you have a motion on that?
Move to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Any comments or clarifications?
We've been over there, we've tested the circuitry and the ability for pole pads to get signals, and that it meets with what we need.
And Fall Line asked us to do?
Correct.
Okay.
They didn't elaborate.
All right, thank you.
Anyone else? None heard for the call for the motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign? None heard. Motion is approved. Next order on the business is vice chair nomination. That's within the board.
It's either you or,
Well, I'm going to decline. I nominate Barbara.
and I second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? None heard. All in favor of Barbara Boyer serving as vice chair for the next year, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? None heard. Barbara Boyer, congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, it's not on here, but we need a formality of getting Mr. Kaplan on the record. Need a motion and a second.
Move to nominate Mike Kaplan as our chair for the coming year.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? None heard. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Like sign. None heard. Motion is carried. Mike Kaplan, congratulations.
Thank you.
It's yours.
I think April 1st.
As of April 1st.
You can finish the meeting. I'm not doing you any good doing that fast.
I'm missing you. I remember when you rolled off of
I get as fast as I could.
it. Okay, other order of business, the staff report.
Before we do that, I guess I would ask that the board, I have that helps say. The Water Authority has asked that we have a special election on the May general/primary to fill the empty vacancy for District 2.
That's one Desmond Brown.
And Desmond qualified for chair, it automatically vacated him from the seat. And so they would like to have it on the May election. The commission will have to set the qualifying dates and qualifying fee, but the fee is pretty much set. But William says that the board can go ahead and pre-approve the Water Authority's motion.
Have they voted on that and asked us to formally do it?
The Water Authority has, we'd have to wait on the
We got a water authority commissioner here.
We have a water authority official here who is
Who's saying they have
shaking her
not
head.
voted on it.
Right, I have an email from Gary right here. William and Thomas, on behalf of the Macon Water Authority, please accept this as my formal notice and request for the next election to be held on May 19th. Fill the vacant District 2 seat on our board. Words. Thank you, Gary Beck.
That is not the board. I'm sorry to speak out like this, but that is not, there was no board action taken. Our last meeting was March the 5th. We meet once a month. As far as I know, I have not been asleep. We did not meet since that time. And so the chair cannot take that kind
Liberty.
of action without the board voting on it.
Mr. Chairman, I do wish that we had our attorney here today.
I do too.
I think it's noteworthy this letter says my request, not our
Our
request.
request.
That said, I think I'm confident, we were talking about doing this contingent on approval of the Board of Commissioners. I'm reasonably confident that we could approve that contingent on approval of the Board of the Water Authority and the Board of Commissioners.
Okay.
And so I think that would be the wise course of action. I think that a May election is in order rather than waiting another 6 months for people in District 2 to have representation.
Has there ever been a precedent set for this, or is this the first time this has ever been done?
First time I can
First time.
remember it.
I don't remember
That-
it ever being done.
Ms. Lewis, can I ask, when is the next water authority?
April 5th.
2nd.
That makes it too late.
2 weeks, that'd put it past the time of,
That put it past all of
yeah,
them.
that'd put it completely out of scope.
So they need to
And
call us.
I don't have a problem with elections going as smoothly as possible, but that is a board action
The
that.
problem we have is that if we have to wait till
Wait.
April 2nd,
Okay,
it may be too
deadline.
late for us to be able to call the
Call the
election.
election.
And if they want the election, he may have gone on and set that to notify us, so the notifying date is fine, and then bring it to the board, and let the board approve it, and then if it approves it, we move forward. If it
But
doesn't,
it's after the meeting,
That's
and he
after.
could have called a
So
special meeting.
meeting, he can still.
But no
it
special
kind of puts us in a
meeting.
quandary, and it
So-
does.
I just want us to do it right.
Miss,
And please, thank you for allowing me this input, but I believe in doing it right. And we have not had.
I like it's your motion.
I mean, I am comfortable doing this contingent on approval of both those other boards. I'm also perfectly comfortable with us coming here for a special meeting if need be. I think that our agenda today shows that we are adequately willing to do that when necessary. So
Can you suggest that he call?
I was getting ready
He's the
to,
chair, he can call
as
it,
a,
and we're,
Well, we can't tell him what to do.
well, you can suggest to him that
No, what I
since
was-
that one didn't follow the procedure, the correct procedure, that a suggestion may be to call
So-
a full water board meeting for the purpose of.
Well,
so what I would like to see is maybe Bechtel does not know the time frame that we have.
Mhm.
And maybe Tom needs to, or Mike, or
what
somebody
is the
needs to,
timeframe, Tom?
because if that's gonna be afterwards,
If we go
We
to
can
second
have
of April, then we'll
It
get.
don't be enough time.
10th.
No, I mean, what's the latest date?
We can
last
call
date we
it.
can Call an election.
Legally, 29 days before the election.
Okay.
There's a
right,
lot
so-
that has to be done.
so that's.
Your next meeting is April the 5th.
Second.
Second. Okay. Why can't we do, what Mr. Ellington suggested and say, we're calling this special election contingent upon being approved by the Macon Water Authority and Bibb County Commission?
That seems.
And that way, the
reasonable.
meeting, in that way, technically, it's called, but it's still, I just don't.
I agree with the calling, Mike. However, I also agree with us being able to communicate from board to board.
Mhm.
Perhaps they need to know, I agree with Tom's motion, but perhaps they need to understand what is at stake for us if we wait until the last minute. Even though it's contingent,
Well, I know we waited the last minute, but Mr. Brown resigned a couple of weeks ago, and so they're, I guess.
Because ultimately, this is about the people being without representation. If
Right,
we,
that's why
if
it's
we,
so important we have this election in
in
May.
May, right.
And I don't want to be in the position where we waited too long to call the election.
I think you don't understand what I'm saying. I agree with Mr. Ellington's motion, but I also agree with our board chair or our supervisor, letting them know what the ramifications are. That's what I'm saying.
Understand completely.
And I think, Mr. Chairman, that if we go forward with that suggestion, the fact is that we are not authorizing this election to be called unless and until both of those other boards act.
Right.
Would that be a legitimate,
Well, it just keeps us from having a meeting.
Meet again.
And from violating.
Right.
And
I mean,
for
if
violating
anybody
the
has any
law.
heartburn on that, I'd suggest that maybe we take a 5-minute recess and try to get in touch with Mr. Nolan or Grace.
I agree with it, but I just would like for us to be able to
I'm not in
communicate with.
disagreement with it. I'm just trying to make sure we're going forward in the right
Right,
time.
Grace.
Right. I think we were already prepared, the plan was already to approve it contingent on the commission. We can just
Right.
add contingent on water authority and the commission.
All right, well, Mr. Chairman, I'm going to make a motion here. I move that we call a special election to fill the vacancy for the District 2 Water Authority spot contingent on a request being approved by the Board of the Macon Water Authority and also the Macon-Bibb County Board of Commissioners.
Second.
Any other discussion?
I just have one question.
Yes.
So what was the last day? April 1st? You said 29 days or something? That we have to, can we request that the water board have a special meeting to approve this
That's what I'm
before
saying.
29?
If they
That's
do
what I
April
keep
the
saying.
2nd, they'll be fine.
So I mean, is that what we're doing? Because that wasn't part of the
What's the
motion,
date
is
of
that
the
we
election? May
want
1?
the water authority board to approve it before the 29 days
Right,
is up. If they don't, then we don't have a special
Right,
election.
and I think the 29 days is counting back from the May 19th.
Right, from the May
election.
19th.
so he needs to let them know that they've got to get this done and approved by their board by this date.
Right.
So can
But
we
need
add
put
that to that
We need to
motion?
add that to the
I
motion.
would have no objection to that.
Okay.
Okay,
So
that's,
you want to vote on the amendment? You want to?
You want to restate your motion?
Sure, my motion is to call for a special election to fill the vacant spot for District 2 of the Macon Water Authority, contingent upon the approval of the Macon Water Authority Board and the Macon-Bibb County Board of Commissioners, and a request to both of those bodies that they act on that expeditiously
Before the,
before the expiration of the 29 days before the election.
There you go.
there you go.
That'll get it. And this is-
There's also all the time it takes to get the ballots.
Ballots printed and
So
printed.
29 is the legal.
Right,
deadline.
right.
It's not
29's cutting
track-
close. They need to,
we don't want to cut it close.
Qualifying no later than the 10th.
Elaine will give you, somebody give you Gary's number. I'll call.
well, what day would we be comfortable with? We'll add that to the motion.
The qualifying, ideal would be 8th, 9th, and 10th.
Of
If they
May.
want to have it earlier, that's fine.
Of April.
Of April.
We have to have early voting, too.
That's right.
So what date should the water board and the commissioners get back to us so that you have time to print everything?
With enough time for us to get the ad in the paper announcing qualifying, and then have qualifying that will end on the 10th. So
They got to get back to us in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. That's why, that's why I'm saying it's important that we look at the motion, we go with that, but we also go with notifying them and telling them, hey, look, we have this timeline.
So they've got to get back to us by when?
What date?
They got to get back to us by the end of March.
we can get the ad to the paper and just tell them we don't want it to be run until everything is approved. So that part,
You take that, and get it approved by then?
right. But we need to make sure that both the authority and the commission
Absolutely.
do their parts first.
Beyond that point, we have any further discussion? On the contingency of this, we have a motion and a second for the contingency of approving this pending the approval of the Macon Water Authority and the Bibb County Commission. All in favor of this contingency motion, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Like sign. None opposed. Tom, you'll notify them to get back to us as soon as they can get this done. If not, then we won't have one,
They'll be emailed today.
even up today. Anything else from the staff report? The numbers?
The numbers, 104,408 active voters, 10,618 inactive, for a grand total of 115,025 voters. That's accurate as of the 18th. We currently have 7,009 records waiting on the DDS, 167 on Oliver, 195 waiting for verification. Most of that is due to the fact that we've been in election, going to stand down for doing that for a couple of months now. Hopefully that will end soon. We can start processing some of those.
When you say soon, when could we start processing those?
Probably after runoff. We may process some, like, inter-county, within the county moves,
Mhm.
but moving in from outside the county or new registrations are still on hold, unfortunately. We will be having a runoff March 17th.
No, not March 17th.
No, sorry.
No.
The date's wrong.
Yeah, that's it. April.
April
17.
17.
April 14th.
14th.
Okay.
It's April 14th, I believe, right? So correct that.
April 14th.
14th is the runoff
Sorry about that.
between Ms. Foster and Mrs. Cook.
I've been in touch with Janice Ross at the commission clerk, and they are putting the final touches on our ability to post our agendas and minutes through their system.
Perfect.
We have templates, we have commissions and so forth, so hopefully by next meeting, I'll have good news on that. We are moving forward, we're getting the former Sears cleaner right outside the military recruiting offices, turned into voting for elderly and handicapped.
Yeah.
My goal is to have it done in, or that it all gets done in time for the November meeting. I don't think it's reasonable, I don't think it can be reasonably done in time for May. I wish it could,
We're trying.
but it's a lot of work that needs to be done. And we're gonna have a contractor come out and look at it and then go forward from there, but we do have a plan. Rutland 2, Porterfield Baptist Church, which for the last couple of elections in that area had to meet with Rutland 1 because the church had pipe leaks and breakage. They are repaired and functional, and they invited us to come back, which we will be doing for the May election. So it'll be a little less crowded at Rutland 1 for the foreseeable future. Let's do this. That concludes my report.
Okay.
I want to ask a quick question on the elderly and handicapped voting here. What are the plans? Do we know what our plans are? And what are the next steps we need to take?
It needs a lot of interior cleaning up, repainting.
Okay, and is the county going to do, I mean, have we met with what is their manager of buildings or something?
Right, we've got approval. We are going to, the head of facilities maintenance is finding a contractor to come out and give us practical advice on what needs doing
Okay.
and what the cost will be. And then
I would, just to throw it out there, I'd like to have, I know there's a ramp, but it's about 40, 50 yards down. And then have to walk 40 or 50 yards back. I'd like to see if they could cut a ramp right there.
Right there.
Right there.
meet that request, yes.
So please make sure that, I mean, that's vital importance. Kind of defeats the purpose.
We don't want to spend a lot of time and money and almost get it right.
Right, that's what I said. I want to get it really right, and, because it's really important.
And not knowing that still, I don't think that would be an
I don't
overly
think it's gonna be an issue
expensive.
either. They can build around.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Tom, let me ask you another question. If we wanted to find somebody to operate a golf cart in here to run people back and forth, who will we have to get permission from?
Urban development, probably mall management.
Plus the liability.
Yeah, there'd be some liabilities involved there, but.
No, I understand that, but
I mean, maybe the way to phrase it, we're dealing with perhaps two more elections in here, a week of early voting for the runoff and the full 4 weeks for the May election. From whom do we have to ask forgiveness?
well, I was gonna try to find a golf cart store in Macon to put their ads on the side of the golf carts and let us have it here and use it. They get free advertising, we get free golf carts. I think we tried to ask for golf carts before and we were turned down by the manager of the building because of liability exposure, but I don't know. I think getting that thing out there will help, but there's still, it's a long walk still, but, getting the handicap voting area, that would make things a little better. I'm not giving up on it.
For me, I would certainly, recommend Theron and Elaine.
No question about that. There's no question.
No question that some people still come here.
But I understand, but it's
So
a
much
shame, it's a shame we have to say that, is what I'm saying.
Every time you turn, there's a resignation.
All right, I'm sorry, I'm done. I'll stop talking.
Anything else we need to bring before the board? We don't have a legal report because,
Mr. Chairman, I'd just like to bring one thing. I mean, this is completing your term,
Thank you.
and I want to express gratitude, I hope on behalf of all of us on this board, for your service and leadership during last year.
Thank you.
I hope I've done at
Thank you,
least
sir.
enough to be accepted.
Fair enough.
Appreciate it. Anything else from the board? We have 2 minutes left for comments.
Okay, first off, the mayor mentioned at the League of Women Voters meeting, when I talked to him, positioning firefighters at the entrance to assist until the new space can be put together. I
Assist.
don't know about that, but just wanted to mention that.
What, are they gonna carry him?
Well, I also said, put in an Aldi style wheelchair thing there, and the combination of those two might help a little bit, but not everybody wants a stranger shoving them down the road. And how are voter rolls updated in view of the 30-day pause, considering that we've been having runoffs and special elections constantly? There's also reports of MVP. That people, when they would come in to vote, they'd look at their MVP on the way in, it would say 5, they would attempt to vote, be told you are not in the right district, and then by the time they got home, their MVP had been updated to 8. So is there a way to do the updating more efficiently? I understand there's some software that can be
We don't
trained
update
on.
MVP, do we?
We update Jarvis and
Jarvis
Jarvis updates MVP. I don't know how.
All right, so I think a lot of, I shouldn't say that, but a lot of those problems come with redistricting we had. People who were in District 5 are not in District 5 anymore. They can believe it all they want, and they can swear on a Bible they are, but they're not.
Right, I'm just asking.
And I understand.
Updated.
I understand. I promise you, we are trying our best to get it right. We want everybody to vote. We want everybody to be able to vote. Everybody on this board agrees with it. Everybody will vote. He and I wrote down the same thing. People not being able to vote is a big, and they need to make sure they're in the right district as well.
Right,
And-
so is there a possibility of really making a push to get MVP and Jarvis completely updated before early voting begins? So that people aren't getting they're seeing one thing and then getting home and seeing something different after being told to go away.
So I know this is not question and answer, but I want to make sure that people are not looking at a document that they have saved, and because I did see that as an issue with someone, they had saved my voter page as opposed to going in and refreshing and looking at it. So we want to make sure that we're educating citizens to not save the card in their phone and to make sure they're refreshing their page as well. Because I don't know that we were able to update it that quick. That's not.
Mr. Chairman, I know a number of groups have been educating on this, but if somebody is of the sincere belief that they are supposed to vote and they are not receiving a ballot at that time, they do have a right to request the provisional ballot, and that can be cured before the Friday after the election. That buys some time to make sure that if there are any problems, they get sorted out. And if they are in fact in that district, their vote counts.
And I have one last little piece, 'cause I think I'm still in my 2 minutes. Can we please make sure that there is sufficient handicap parking and handicap signage at the new entrance when it is put in place? Maybe put in some extra temporary handicap spacing during elections and during early voting.
Thank you.
Because I don't want to have to bring you ducks.
Anyone else?
I have a question, not a question, but a follow-up to Vice Chair Ellington's comment about the provisional. I think that there is some confusion about that, about the instructions that poll workers are getting, that they are not getting instructions, that what shows up on the poll pad is no ballot. So the poll manager is, in certain instances, telling voters, sorry, you can't vote, not offering a provisional ballot. And there is this discrepancy in, should a provisional ballot be offered? Yes or no? And that the poll officers all understand what they should be doing, because it's apparently not clear.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna stand up for mine. Because we had this conversation on Commissioner Brain. And Mr. Ellington, when were these last people moved? From Marin, Mallard, and Harris Street, when were the last people moved to the right district?
They were some of the last ones that were moved. I believe it was before early voting started.
When?
But
This year?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not a
So
question,
this
it's not a question and
Excuse me.
answer session.
Yeah.
Make a
Okay, so
comment.
then I'm gonna say this then. 2 years ago, I came in here and said to the board, you were not here. I said to the board, these people are in the wrong district. And they said, they got on the news and said they were fixed. I brought people up here that I know are in my district, District 8, along the NAACP, and I don't know why they're not here, knocked on doors. So y'all saying, I'm just saying, these are people, if you wanna look at my phone, that are still showing that was in District 8, but they had 5 voter cards. I pulled everybody's voter card that I went to their house. And they were still showing in 5, but they were in my district. This right here is in January, showing Secretary of State is showing them in 5, but they're in 8. Now, by the time they got up here and the lady got the little thing right there, standing up there, and she said, let me see your ID. She turns them around, you're in 8. You can't vote. I said, go show them your voter card, because we pulled the voter, took a screenshot of it that day and sent them up here. So now it's changed. So my problem is that it was changed in the middle of an election. Now they can say it was not, but my proof shows that it was. And I have this on my phone. NAACP have it on their phone. We knocked on doors.
All right, time's up. Anyone else?
Yes.
I think
She was here first.
Yeah.
You raised your hand first.
Oh, okay.
Ms. Lucas.
Okay, all right. The senior center, I just want to make sure that I was told that because I don't have opposition, that the Senior Citizen Center can be used.
Yes.
For early voting. So many people love going to that senior center. It is so accessible and everything. So there were people who were really complaining that that was not available. And let's please not let the seniors, I'm a senior citizen too, but a lot of them, they love using it. Please don't let them talk you out of using that ever again, because it's a valuable place and it's very, very convenient. The other thing is the same point that you were making about provisional, that there's somebody that hadn't been trained on what constitutes a provisional, what allows someone to vote a provisional ballot. That is very, very important. Because the lady that I turned her information into you, Tom, Ms. Pursley, is willing to come to you. And I didn't know whether you wanted me to invite folks to come to your meetings to express to you their concern over not being allowed to vote. But this lady is a nurse in the cancer care center where I attend, and she ran me down one day that I was leaving after treatment, and she said, Ms. Lucas, do you know I went, took my time and rushed, and I was not allowed to vote. And we found out she was in District 18, Senate District 18, and should have been allowed to vote. She was not offered a provisional or anything when she questioned, why can't I vote? So we've got a problem. If it happens to one person, we've got a problem. So I just want to know what the retraining looks like. Oh, you holding the time up on it now, you know, you know. But anyway, I just want to make sure that people feel like that they can have confidence in this voting process. This is very, very important. And it's something that's going to determine whether we all live or die. And that's me talking. This election is important. So those were the two things that I wanted to make sure. Thank you.
Just a
Good
minute.
afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
I want to ask a question about the early voting dates set for the special election for District 5. I noticed that on Wednesday, the day after the election, a couple of people were posting those dates, and we haven't even certified the election. So I want to know when those dates are given and how were they determined?
It's
Predetermined.
it's no later than the Monday, a week before the election.
Okay, thank you.
All right, we have a right here.
Yes, so my concern is Anthony Arms. Anthony Arms is right next to Ballot Hudson. It's a lot of people in there who wasn't able to vote. So they can vote provisional, they said they was out of district. It's right next door. So you got like 10 personnel who tried to vote in Tuesday's election and they couldn't. And even after the event today, people was running to me for Anthony Arms saying, how we gonna be able to run in the runoff if we couldn't even run in the primary? And I assured them that even though you didn't get to vote in the primary, you definitely can vote in the runoff. But how are they gonna get that fixed in enough time? I don't know, because like I said, Anthony Arms is adjacent to Ballot Hudson, and they couldn't vote. And that's like 10 votes. One is enough, but 10, that's a lot.
It could be that they're, even though it's right next door, they could be in a different district. It may be your district, am I right?
That's an 85 is on the
Right-hand
right-hand
side.
side coming
And
down.
across the street.
Left is, the left on the same side of Ballot, this is where they vote is 8.
Okay.
Also, people need to understand, we don't draw the lines. Am I right?
Correct.
We know.
We're given the lines, and we've had them before, where it went through in the middle of an apartment complex with Reverend Ficklin a long time ago. The last redistricting we had, and it's caused some problems, but we have got to get this straight, and I'm not sure how we're gonna do it. But
Yeah, I just don't want
you
people
gotta
to
get it
think
right,
that
and I understand Anthony Arms could be in another district, and she says it's in hers. but-
right, I just
If
don't
there
want
are
people to get the
persons-
impression that they can't vote, that's how.
Well,
I get that.
we will be sure to let our poll workers know that if anybody wants to.
Time on this one.
Maybe
The
at
gentleman
the
in the-
Arms, we could put a, to the, hold on, to the
Your
leasing
time is up.
office.
Time
Time is up.
Time is up.
2 minutes is all you get.
Leasing office, hold on, he got into my two, he got into my 2
But this
minutes.
is not a question and
It's not a
answer
question and
session.
answer.
Well, can I just say, ask of the board? Can we go to Anthony Arms and let them know before the election that you know, that you're 8 and you're not 5? So they're not thinking that we're ignoring them and somebody giving us the information like we haven't given it to the board. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
Got
That's all I'm
Got it.
asking.
We got to
That's got it. Gentleman in the back.
Don't do that.
Mr. Brown.
Because I'm not going.
I didn't see the Macon Water Authority on the agenda.
You
We-
can't relate.
We spoke about it.
We spoke. And in regards to,
We are not understanding.
if I'd have known that was gonna be discussed, I'd have been earlier than now. But my concern is, what was the vote for and what?
We can talk
what's the
about it
purpose of-
afterwards. We can talk
what's
about
the
that
purpose of the
afterwards.
vote
Tell me the
when-
We can talk
We can talk about that after the meeting. You know, your comments if you want.
I mean, but I'm saying you voted on something that was not on the agenda. And I need to know why wasn't it on the agenda so that I can begin to address that issue.
Right.
Because when Dr. Jones stepped down from District 1, there was no election during the time of the primary until after the current election that was going on. And this just it seems fishy right now to me. Because prior to when I stepped down, I was allowed to complete the race for chairman. And then you had the election for my own seat. So this right here seems very, very fishy to me. Okay? That it wasn't on the agenda and you guys voted on something to put something on the ballot last minute.
Okay.
Anyone else that hasn't already spoken?
I would like to pick up a comment, or actually a question that Mr. Kaplan had asked Mr. Gillen about whether or not absentee ballots will be automatically sent to voters who voted in a special election. And I don't recall that question was settled. So if you vote absentee in a special election, do you have to request the runoff ballot? Does it come automatically? Does it not come automatically? That was Mr. Kaplan's question. And it's my understanding that you must request the runoff absentee ballot for a special election. In addition, you must make a separate request. So is this something that we would be, that's a question. I hope it would be possible to post that information on the website so people who do have that question can get an answer to it and not expect that the absentee ballot for a special election runoff will be sent automatically.
Thank you.
We'll put that on the website, I think.
What's the answer?
The safest thing to do is to request one, for the elderly and handicapped. That one may roll over. But I will make sure, but
May is not.
Right, May's not an answer. We'll find out the answer, get it on our website.
We just
We
need
have
to
28
get
people
on
vote by abstain, so it's a large number of people in this election. So.
That's everyone that has,
Obviously, they cannot vote a ballot if they never get it, so.
Right.
That's over in 2
Yeah.
minutes.
2 minutes.
Oh, yeah, I
Okay.
got so much.
That's all of the 2 minutes, that we can take in. We need a motion for adjournment.
Some of
Have a motion? We need a
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. We're adjourned.
Could
not gonna turn.
stay and.
I'll be happy to. I'll be happy to.
Say again.
I'll be happy to.
It's gonna be for, getting that